Hi, this is Pastor Jindati. It is September 17th. It's a Saturday at exactly 11:11 a.m. Today I'm going to be looking at doing another episode of Total War for the Win. Last week, or actually a couple weekends ago, on Labor Day, I was playing, but the internet kept cutting out and it actually only recorded about 14 minutes of video. So I did show everyone, even though it was disconnected, how to conquer fear when in battle with nightmare mode enabled. So I was able to do that, but it didn't actually stream. So I'm going to look at recasting that probably around Halloween, because that seems like a good fitting episode for Halloween to conquer fear and have nightmare mode. And right now, let's see, I have my list of items here. So it looks like the next one on the list after nightmare mode is the Battle of Alesia. So I'm going to give a bit of a preface that this is somewhat related, but I figured this would be a good time to do it. So I was looking at, so people might question the relevance of Total War, because it seems like, there aren't really that many wars. They had World War I, World War II, World War II, War to End All Wars. They didn't really have as many large-scale conflicts, and they have the UN now and try to do more deterrence strategies out of the Cold War, but it was more like that there's mutually assured destruction, so we couldn't have an open war. And then with Vietnam, or after that, it kind of shifted from conscription, drafting into the armed services to more of a volunteer force, which is probably a good change. So it's just kind of the way that the world's been working lately for the past not even 100 years. It's 2022. Great War. World War II wasn't even 100 years ago. So the way the world's worked for the last 80 years has been kind of an anomaly in terms of large-scale kind of conflicts around. I mean, there was maybe the Pax Romana or different periods, but right now it's been kind of a quiet period in terms of wars or total wars, because if we look at the definition of total war, it says that it's a war that is unrestricted in terms of the weapons used, the territory or combatants involved, or the objectives pursued, especially one in which the laws of war are disregarded. So that's happened actually for a good amount of time in the past, where we're looking at with the game that we just kind of finished in terms of the Gallic Wars. We saw the kind of different factions and that sort of happening, where Caesar just kind of kept going after he stopped the Suebi invasion. It could have been a migration. I'm kind of changing my view on that, because the next game, Attila, has a lot of migration. So that's kind of when apparently you get rid of your own settlement and then everyone moves. So they did say in the game that about half the adult men were mobilized, so ready to serve and available for warfare, in terms of the Suebi at least. So we saw that as one of the kind of flavor excerpts from whatever history they were drawing that from. Different sources, probably Caesar's book, because Caesar wrote a book about it, but then other people too. So they were at about 50%. Okay, it looks like we're back. So if we look at, like I was saying, if we look at another period that was actually shown in Total War as a saga, Thrones of Britannia, that's mostly revolving around kind of the Great Heathen Army, and that they had a Viking invasion of England, and the game's kind of Europe centric or England centric because what's actually going on is the game's from England. So anyway, they made the saga Thrones of Britannia, and I played that a few times. That'll probably show up on this channel at some point. But if you take, basically what happened was there was another kind of period, they call it table flip period, where anyone can kind of wind up on top, but the Vikings were raiding England, the UK, and then it wasn't the UK then, but what is later going to be the UK, and they actually wound up executing this guy, Ragnar Lodbrok, and he's like a big hero in, I guess, Scandinavian Viking culture. He had a bunch of kids, and then his sons showed up to kind of claim territory and get revenge and stuff. But what happened was it kind of didn't work over the long term because of King Alfred the Great. But if you can see here, it says that it's probable that a fifth of the adult male population of Wessex, 27,000 men, would have been mobilized. So Wessex is the main kingdom that is actually where Alfred's from, and he actually wound up stopping the Vikings better than the other kind of kingdoms in England at the time. But you can see that the mobilization goes to about a quarter of the men, from about 50%, and it's been about 1,000 years, so it's kind of less dark and just barbaric and evil, or just bad. So anyway, it's already like a lighter world where only a quarter of the men serve because of an invasion instead of half the men. And then we go from there to like I was looking like, then if you go, so that was about, if we look at that, it was about 896, 868, 869. So about 900, 870 to 900. Late 8th century. That's earlier. And then, so that's about 1,000 years after the Gallic Wars, because that was like 44 BC or so. And then if you go another 1,000 years in the future, you get to the Russian Civil War. So about World War I, but also the Russian Civil War. So I was looking at this in particular because it's internal. And you can look at kind of how big the army is and what's going on. So, and kind of with Ukraine going on now too, it seemed like a good topic to look at, because it's good to compare like kind of where they were in World War I, World War II versus where they are now with like the size and scale of like the Ukraine war. Because I think maybe 80,000 Russian soldiers are out of commission now, but their army size, if we look at their army size, we'll look at that in a minute, but it's like a fraction of what it was in World War I. So you can see here, it's 1917 to 1923, so about 6 years, 5.5 years. And we've got 3 different parties, but the main ones are the Bolsheviks and the Red Army and White Army. So here you have Red Army, White Army, and it's got almost 55.5 million versus about 1 million. So they won clearly. They lost about 1.5 million to 1.5 million, which is their whole army, just about. So the White Army is kind of done. Versus the Red Army, maybe a third of them died. So, oops. So, what we've got here is, yeah, it's just nutty numbers where it's like, 600,000 died of disease and wounds, and 784,000 executed or dead. And then, so you got like these huge numbers where, looking at 5.5 million, so let's say 6 million, 6.5 million men in Russia from Russia. And then if we look at the population right around then, it's about 63 million men. So you're looking at a good 10% of the men serving. So the kind of trend is that it's gone down by half. So it's 50% in like 44 BC. Then it goes to 25% in like 900 AD, and then it goes to 10% in like 1911 or 1920. So from there, we can kind of see, okay, it's like the percentages are going down, but the numbers are going up nutty. Well, you can kind of see how much influence or power the military would have within a country, sorry. But now if we want to look at actually so we'll look at this war, and we're looking at casualties and losses. So okay, so it doesn't really show the size of the armies, but if we look at so here's the Ukrainian army. It's about 125,000 people versus we're looking at 300,000. So it's maybe, if you look at like there are 6 million people serving versus 500,000 in both countries, even though Ukraine was probably part of Russia at that point, so it's like 10% of kind of where they were. So it's like a tiny fraction of what's going on with like the older wars. So that's why it's kind of interesting, and that's why the total war game seems kind of relevant, because it's like how the military or kind of wars would have huge impacts on life as compared to kind of over the last 80 years or whatever. So am I still streaming? Yep, okay. So anyway, that's kind of my little bit about why total war is relevant, even though for the past however many years it seems like it hasn't been. But it has been in the past, and this is kind of like a history game too, so. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna have a shorter episode today. Like I said, Battle of Alesia. What else has been going on with me? Finished a book, Being Wrong. That's about how it's okay to make mistakes sometimes. It's a good book to have. It's kind of like a mini therapy book for people that are perfectionists or uptight or whatever. And then at some point soon, I'll look at this book, Public Speaking for Success, which will help out on like this channel, for example. Learn some public speaking techniques. I did take a public presentation class, but it's not really public speaking, it's just presentations. It's more focused on work, but I'm not using that as much here because this is kind of more free form. I don't have like a slideshow or like a presentation to convince someone of something or anything like that. So this is a bit of a different situation. Right. So, and then I have to do a short episode because I have a bunch of chores right now to go get my car smogged and go to the gym because I haven't been able to do that because we had a heat wave where it was like over 100 for 5 days in a row or 6 days in a row, so I couldn't go exercise because it's too hot. What else? I quit my management class because it wasn't a good fit in terms of kind of how I was maybe not at the right level with that I was maybe more serious, and then the community college was kind of less serious in terms of like the strictness and the academic rigor, and then I didn't like the professor as much, and he wasn't like a full-time professor, so quit that. But I'm gonna have to look at going back to community college at some point, maybe for a different class. I know there's a good computer repair class, but it's 6 hours a week instead of 3, so that's a lot of time, and then you have to go twice, and there's a lab. But it'd be good to know computer repair, maintenance and repair. Right, so to do some Battle of Alesia, which kind of fits with the themes that we've had for the Gallic War. It's during the Gallic War, so it's a good one to do. Since I know all the units well enough and kind of how they pair up or work. So I don't think many people do the historical battles. Raphia, Zama, Alesia, okay. Julius Caesar has been campaigning in Gaul for almost 6 years when an uprising led by Vercingetorix learned to undo all that he had accomplished. Caesar finally managed to trap the Gallic chieftain at Alesia, but soon found himself surrounded by their reinforcements. So, I don't know. I guess I looked up the legendary battle difficulty, like the higher difficulties that actually make the other units, the enemy units have, or AI have, bonuses. So, I don't want to do that. That their units get better or yours get worse, or both.
It is 52 BC, and for 6 years Julius Caesar has campaigned in Gaul, cementing Roman rule through conquest and diplomacy. Following the destruction of the 14th Legion in an ambush, however, dissent began to spread throughout Gaul. The tribes united behind the leader of the Averni, Vercingetorix and prepare to rise again. After a series of battles across Gaul, Caesar finally pins Vercingetorix in a hill fort at Alesia. However, Vercingetorix has sent word to allied tribes nearby. Caesar knows that Alesia will expect reinforcements soon.
Oh, it's a siege battle. This isn't going to be fun. I guess I'm Caesar. Oh, there's always a rematch button. Those aren't that good of troops. That guy's good. Those are really good troops. It's gonna be fight to make sure we don't get surrounded. As long as we have our backs to something, we should be okay.
Julius Caesar's army surrounds Vercingetorix and his forces at Alesia. The Romans have built 2 walls of fortification, one to blockade the city, and another to defend against the Gallic reinforcements that now arrive. Caesar and his army now face an attack on 2 fronts. Defeat would mean the annihilation of his army, and the end of Roman rule in Gaul.
So let's see what we have. These guys are showing up here, and these guys are in here. So let's see, what do we have? Is this an arrow tower? Does this shoot arrows? What's going on? Okay, so we should put half on each side, and then is there a way out of here? I mean, we need the infantry on each side to block them. If these shoot arrows, that's good. If these guys just stay in here, that's fine too. So what we'll want to do is, what does Caesar have? Presence, cooldown time for abilities, and then makes people unbreakable. Is there a way in here if we don't use ballistae? No. So we don't want to use all the ballistae. This fort wall. Alright. So we'll use these, but we can't use them too much. Surely this one won't fire. I'll just have to watch the ammo, and if they get down to half ammo, we'll stop them. 2. We want the archers to be up here. shoot fire arrows with slingshot. What's that? Does less damage though. Heavy shot. Just use standard shot right now. Put them in skirmish mode. And then these guys can go here too. Actually here. Oh, they can do flaming shot. But we don't want anything to catch fire.
The relief force is attacking, Commander. Man the barricades. Legionaries! Advance at speed! Defensive positions! Eagle cohorts! Battle ready! Missiles ready and waiting! Brave Romans to a man! Stop orders. Now! Your orders! Commander! Legionaries! Ready!
I have snipers.
Sons of Mars! Allied troops awaiting orders! Commander! Quick march!
I have a lot of ammo. So that's the good news.
Ready for orders! Victory for Rome! Legionaries! For the guard! Ready and waiting! Marching order! Orders! On me! Stop! Ready! Happy to serve Rome! Proud Romans all! Legionaries! Ready! Halt now! Orders! Melee troops! Jupiter gives us strength. Legionaries! Follow me! Roman, Commander! Ready for Commander! Legionaries! Look fast! The tribes attack once more! Melee troops awaiting orders! Skirmishers! Ready! Your orders! Ready! Advance! Alistair! Mars, aid us! Allied troops! Legionaries! Advance at speed! Melee infantry! For glory! Equo! Warriors ready! Forward! Follow quickly now! Advance at speed! Our horses love blood! Eagle cohort! At your service! General! Equo! Cavalry! Melee infantry at your command! Eagle cohort! Engage! Missiles in waiting! Your command! Fire on the enemy! Your orders? Extempore! Double time! Equo! Charge! Swift horsemen! Jupiter gives us strength! Brave Romans to a man!
Okay, we have to reposition everyone.
Legionaries! Cut charge! Legatus! Legionaries! March! Proud Romans all! Ballista! Legio Parati! Equo! Charge!
What is he doing? That's wrong.
Eagle cohorts! Legionaries! Legionaries! Back! Back! Withdraw!
Oh, I see. They can't capture that. So they don't really run out of ammo, which is good to see.
Romans ready for duty! Equo! Missiles awaiting targets! Back, warriors! Back! Loose! Macaco! Legionaries! On that speed! Legatus! Ready! Forward! Sons of Mars! Recharge! Form advance at speed! General! Charge! Now Vercingetorix has sent his warriors out of the fort, and they are joining the fray. Fight on both sides! Allied troops awaiting orders! Proud Romans all! Act the full glory! Fight quickly now! Engage! Entrance! Take aim! Melee infantry ready! Legionaries! No double time! Entrance! Ready! Front Raiders, advance!
Victory point. I'm a defender.
We are beaten. Let us hope that the Gauls show mercy.
Okay, try again, I guess. They have 3 armies, so we can take their 3 armies, but we have to have the victory points. Didn't know we were the defender. So, let's see.
Julius Caesar's army surrounds Vercingetorix and his forces at Alesia. The Romans have built 2 walls of fortification, one to blockade the city, and another to defend against the Gallic reinforcements that now arrive. Caesar and his army now face an attack on 2 fronts. Defeat would mean the annihilation of his army, and the end of Roman rule in Gaul.
And we know the ammo doesn't go down very much, so try this again. Rome. So how's this work? Okay. So we have a victory point here. Should also be looking into protecting. So we're all centered around this one, so it's kind of a trick. I guess, you know, to protect this victory point too, instead of just this one. Should I try this again? Auxiliary, so they're not light. Okay. So you want to shift over here, is actually what we want, because we're not on both victory points. And it looks like that's the way we can funnel people in. The towers don't seem to shoot though, which is too bad. I don't know if there's a way to get them too. Oh, there's a way in here. It's way out here. So that's good. Might make sense to have the cavalry head out. So what we want is cavalry to be over here. And we'll have to start moving to protect both. Let's see, just make sure I'm still streaming. Yep, still going. Okay. Try this again. Looks like you can't order them around before. Put them in skirmish mode. And we want to really scare them. But we don't want our buildings on fire.
Skirmishers! Fire on up! Fire! Look fast! The tribes attack once more! Orders! Quick march! Forward! Halt now! Charge! Legionaries! Ready! Missiles! Ready and waiting! Move it! Careful! Everyone, curse you! Engage! Brave Romans to a man! Melee troops awaiting orders! Evil cohorts! Not quick, march! Turn, he says! Legatus! Take aim! General! Run forward! Now Vercingetorix has sent his warriors out of the fort, and they are joining the fray. We fight on both sides! Cavalry! Anya! Warriors, move out! Ready! Battle ready! Legionaries! Ballista! General! Warriors, move out! Roma, ready for duty. Jupiter gives us strength. Legatus! Advance! Orders! Missiles awaiting targets! Now! Up at the double! Forward! Commander! Loose! Orders! Up at speed! Proud Romans all! Advance at speed! Legatus! Your orders? Engage!
It's gonna be a close one. Let's see where we are.
Keep up! Missiles ready and waiting! Fire loose! Take aim! Advance! Riders, advance! Archers! More Gauls attack our position! They threaten to engulf us!
Oh, jeez. Well, this is not going too well. Maybe I'll just do an easier battle. I'll practice and figure out how to beat this. So what time is it? I started at 11:11. It's been about an hour. Make sure I'm still streaming. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. Well, it looks like it's not so good for us. Let's get the final army, what it looks like. That's a pretty light army, but gonna lose because they have too many soldiers. Yeah, I guess they took out my... Should've used my horses better. Focus fired more.
Fire on the enemy! General! Forward! Missile infantry ready! General! Engage! Back! Back! Ordnance group disbanded! Withdraw! Your orders! Take aim! Pull back!
It's hard because the Celtic youths are good at fighting with melee attack and melee defense.
Sir. We are beaten. Let us hope that the Gauls show mercy.
Try one more time, and if not, then I'll do an easier battle.
relief forces have...
Probably better if we do flaming shots.
Attacking, Commander. Man the barricades. General! In the name of Rome! Field artillery, yours to command. Victory for Rome! Missiles ready and waiting. Ballista! Ballista! Commander! Rome is mother to us all! Archers! Orders! Prepare to attack! Form testudo! Look fast! The tribes attack once more! Raiders, advance! Raid forward! Raiders, forward! General! Legionaries! Rome is mother to us all!
What? Okay, well, it was going better. Hit the wrong button. Okay, well, it's just not going right. So I'll work on that on my own time. Stop doing it with you guys. Second Punic War. So they fight against Rome against the Carthaginians. They had Hannibal cross the Alps with elephants and rampage around Rome. He couldn't take Rome, but they couldn't stop him from running around the countryside until they got like a new general, new army to come, and then they kind of swung around here, and then started attacking Carthage, or their territory down here. So, then they had to recall the army from Rome down to Carthage to stop him from taking Carthage. So during the Second Punic War, with Hannibal still in Italy, the brilliant young Roman general Scipio scored many victories against Carthage and Spain, eventually driving them out of the territory altogether. He then ventured to Africa, where he met Hannibal, recalled from Italy to face him at the Battle of Zama.
In 202 BC, the Second Punic War between Rome and Carthage looked to be nearing its conclusion. Despite the stunning successes of the Carthaginian commander, Hannibal, in Italy, the Roman general Scipio had invaded Africa and was threatening Carthage herself. Carthage recalled Hannibal and his army to fight Scipio. Hannibal and Scipio were the two best commanders of their age, neither general having lost a battle before. They would finally meet at Zama.
So we have better units, again, but they have more maybe. So, try this again. We have, because we have all this cavalry and they have a lot of spearmen. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do.
Hannibal and Scipio finally meet on the battlefield. Scipio is able to bring experienced legionaries to the battle. Hannibal, meanwhile, is forced to rely mostly on mercenaries and fresh recruits, keeping his most elite troops in reserve. With his Numidian allies, Scipio has a cavalry advantage over Hannibal's horsemen. Yet Hannibal still has his war elephants. The Romans must find a way to deal with this threat. The outcome of the Second Punic War hinges on the result of this battle.
Commander, now is the time to strike and defeat Carthage.
So what does Scipio have? Rally, raise banner. So you raise the banner, and that improves your area of influence. And then after that, you rally them, the troops, in your area of influence. So it is a pretty big area of influence, which is good. what we want to do is use our Numidian cavalry. So they have 7. You can shoot for like a minute and then charge. Auxiliary cavalry. Okay, so generally when they're attacking, let's see, we want to put the bonus versus infantry charge bonus. REI, bonus first large. So these have bonus versus larges. They're gonna come at us with elephants. Do you have any ammo? No. So since they'll come at us with the elephants, what we can do is they'll try to probably attack the flank, so it'll be important to put those guys here and those guys here. Let's see. Cavalry. So we'll use this cavalry to harass them. These guys should get hidden back here as much as we can.
The enemy elephants charge! A terrible sight!
American cavalry!
As you wish. Swift and accurate. Fill the skies. Loose!
American
That
cavalry!
worked out pretty well.
Quickly now. Big fire on the
Like all their
enemy.
elephants for 1 unit. 2 units elephants for 1 unit.
Rider, advance. Astarte!
So that worked out.
The enemy are bereft. Their elephants lie slain. Now they advance on foot. Jupiter gives us strength. General! Orders being above General! Troops and awaiting orders. Orders! Riders, advance! Triarii, over! Romans, ready for duty. Triarii! Holding death! Triarii! Marcaco! You get them all! Triarii! Velites! Triarii! Halt there! Spears ready! Inside, cover me! Cavalry! Come on! Triarii! At speed!
I don't know that they have any cavalry left. So these are their elite units. Gotta be careful with them.
Melee infantry! Romans ready for duty! Triarii! Work well! Charge! Cavalry! Kill! Charge! Withdraw! All riders, advance! Triarii! Follow me! March! Work well! Advance at speed! As you say! Riders, and double! Proud Romans all! Principes! Sons of Mars! At the double! Dominion! Swift and accurate! My lord! Rider! Advance! Missile cut! My riders! Advance! Advance! trouble! Astarte! Advance at speed! Spearmen at the ready! Missile infantry! Loose! Ready! Forward! Stop! Triari! On quick march! Advance at speed! Missile infantry at your command! Legatus! Sons of Mars! Advance at speed! Elites! Triarii! Astarte! As you command!
Whoops.
Triarii! Ready! Formation! Forward! Your orders! And charge! On my order! With General! Never surrender! For quickly now! Missile cavalry at your command! Hold back! Elites! Withdraw! Triarii! Cavalry! Up forward! By your command! And quickly now!
Take him! Kill! American cavalry!
Riders, advance! Legatus! Elites! Jupiter gives us strength! Triarii! On quick march! Ready! Yes, quick march! Battle ready! Attaco! Romans ready for duty! Yours to command! And speed! Triarii! Formation! Triarii! Into square! Equal! Right riders! Forward! General! Drop the guards at speed! Get infantry ready! Back! Ready for duty. On my order, withdraw! Sons of Mars! And the double! Glory to Rome for glory! Backwell! Awaiting orders. Legatus! Ready and waiting. Commander! Square formation! Principes! Taxi! Orders! Principes! And forward! Legatus! Riders! Advance! Legatus! Missiles ready and waiting! Triari! Up at the double! Legatus! Triari! Up advance! Square formation! Ready for orders! General! Commander! Quickly now! Proud Romans all! Charge! Swift horsemen! Front riders! Advance! Legatus! Front riders! At the double! To the moment! Principes! Advance! tackle! Riders, advance! Quickly now! Riders, forward! Backman! Forward! Advance at speed! Withdraw! And quickly now! General! Warriors eager for blood! Aye! Advance at speed! Legators! Advance at speed! Cavalry! Kill! 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 General! Order them! Equal! General! Cavalry! Yeah! General! Dominate! Heavy infantry at your command! Withdraw! Equal! And forward! General! To riders at the double! Principes! Charge! Triarii! General! Hail! Quickly now! Ready! Ready! General! Roma Invicta! Cavalry! General! Equal! Yo! Back men! Back! Legators! Advance at speed! Let tackle! General! The riders advance! Strike the cavalry! Legators! Mounted death! Quickly now! General! More quickly now! Riders! Ready! Ah! Ready! Riders at the double! Let tackle! Riders, forward! Cavalry! We await orders. Riders! Riders! Orders! Advance! General! Raise the banners! Principes! Let tackle! General! Tribunus! Jupiter gives us strength! Cavalry! Roll! Quickly now! Ready and waiting! Engage! Equal! Commander! We hunger for blood and battle! Back! Back! Withdraw! Legators! Never surrender! Let tackle! Forward! Right riders! Forward! Charge! Legators! Riders at the double! Riders advance! Equal! Principal! surveys! Advance at speed! General, levy on Parati!
For the Brilliance! At the
Commander,
double!
let's help the double! Triarii! General! Cavalry! Proud Romans all! To charge! Orders ready! Legatus!
Our horses love blood!
Legatus!
Mounted death! Cover! Negro! Forward! Proud Romans all!
Equal!
They kill! Kill! Kill!
Legatus! Cavalry! Legatus!
Front riders, advance!
Arcaco! General!
So Sacred Band. 83 melee defense. Yeah. 68. 80. 57. 57 melee defense. So we got to the hoplites.
Ready for battle!
General!
Hold the banners high!
Cavalry!
Riders, advance! All right! Got charge!
Legatus!
Follow me!
Arcaco!
Understood! As you say!
Commander, at your service.
Quickly now! Run forward! Warriors, ready! Quickly now! Cut roll! Forward!
Legatus!
Riders, advance! Advance at speed! Riders, advance!
Cavalry!
Make charge! Run quickly now! On riders, advance!
General! Equal!
Advance at speed!
Forward! Cavalry!
Right quickly now!
Look at us!
Advance at speed!
Back well!
Kill! Kill! Kill!
We await orders.
Quickly now! Run forward!
Swift horsemen! General! Look at us!
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Quickly now!
This was an easy battle.
Run forward! Run riders! At the double!
General!
We'll try a rematch. Jeez, what is with it today?
Commander, now is the time to strike and defeat Carthage. The enemy elephants charge, a terrible sight. Forward!
Fire! With the cavalry! Riders, advance! Fire on the loose!
Quickly now!
Loose!
That didn't work out as I planned.
The enemy are bereft. Their elephants lie slain. Now they advance on foot.
Swift and accurate! Riders, advance!
General! Fire on the enemy! Equal! Benitez!
Warriors eager for blood!
My lord! Triarii, your orders! Fire on the enemy! Missiles awaiting targets! Ready and waiting!
Advance at speed!
Numidian cavalry! Advance at speed! Benitez! Rome is mother to us all! Cavalry!
Riders, advance!
Brave Romans to a man! At your service! Man for glory! Pull back! Orders! Marksmen! Principes! Advance! Your orders! A quick march! Ready and waiting! Into square! Ready! Of double time! Ready! Missile infantry at your command!
Warriors, ready!
Benitez! Swift and accurate! Benitez! Astarte! Proud Romans all! Double time! Double time! Legatus! Your orders! On advance at speed! Astarte! Spearmen at the ready! One square formation! Marching at speed! Ready and waiting! We are in! Forward! Sons of Mars! Fill the skies! Missile cavalry! Fire up anyone! We understand! North! Principes! Double time! Charge! Legio Parati! A quick march! Forward! Missile armed riders! Numidian cavalry! Forward! Velites! Cavalry! Velites! Spear infantry, at your command! Cavalry! Advance at speed! Riders forward! Our horses run, blood! Advance at speed! Principes! Legatus! Advance at speed! Hold the palace hard! Follow me quickly now! Equal! Proud Romans! Great advance! Cavalry!
Sacred bands won't go down. So you have to keep charging the infantry, just that other units don't.
Follow riders, advance! Rah! Advance at speed! Riders forward!
Principes!
Oh, ready! Take yeah!
General!
Ride riders at the double!
Sons of Mars! General! Village Commander! Advance at speed! Aikato! Jupiter, give...
So you gotta charge, you can't charge the spears with the cavalry. You gotta try to match up swords to spears. And then,
Advance at speed!
I control!
Your orders? Ah! Cobra!
Benitez!
Equal!
Legatus! Brave Romans to a man! General! I control!
Quickly, now!
Armory!
Ready!
Legatus!
Ordinary!
Dominate!
To the banners!
Ready! Take forward! Commander! Triarii! Advance!
Roman,
Tribune!
ready for duty!
General! Principes! Missile infantry! General!
Commander!
Ready and waiting! Ready! At your command! Quick march! Come forward!
Equal! Advance at speed!
Triarii! General!
Your orders? Yes, command orders!
Triarii! Astarte! At speed! Charge!
Right! Riders, advance! To kill! 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 Riders, forward!
It's critical to use the Testudo formation.
Triarii!
Engage!
Testudo. Because it makes them get stuck.
Square formation!
Armory!
Forward!
Oh,
Spear infantry! At your command! On double time!
for the square formation, rather.
Advance at speed!
Equal!
Triarii!
Battle ready and eager!
Triarii! I control! Legatus! Your orders, we obey! Engage!
Ready!
Triarii!
Equal! We await orders.
I have to try to get the. There we go.
More quickly now!
We have won! The great General Hannibal is beaten! The war is surely over!
So that's good to know for the other Alesia battle. You should use the Testudo formation. Because it's gets them stuck. Aren't any Triarii here though, but you can still use the defensive formation. Because they have so many more units, so it'll get them stuck and then cavalry will fight them. won't take as many losses because you can't. It's more like that you can't lose units with Alesia. That's how you win the Battle of Zama. You gotta use the square formation to try to lock up the attacking units. You can't charge into the spears as much. You gotta charge into the other units, sword units, and slingers. You gotta use the skirmishers, the guys that throw spears on the elephants. You could use the immediate cavalry on the elephants. Throw the spears at the horses and elephants. Same thing with velites. And then you gotta match up the principes, try to attack like hoplites or the other elite infantry in the rear. Infantry in the rear when they're in the squares. When they're attacking the squares, they can't do anything. And then you gotta keep using the general special skills. So yeah, I'll come back to Alesia. It's almost like a puzzle. Come back to Alesia later once I beat it. Teutoburg Forest. I don't know, I thought Zama was easier, but maybe not. Alright, well, that'll get you an achievement anyway. You beat it on normal. So, does it say how long? 2 hours, 20 minutes. So that took longer than I thought it would. Gotta go get my car smogged. Yeah, so I'll have to practice. It's clear. I don't know how good I am at the tactical battles, but I can get by with the strategic overall game. I just have to learn more special unit skills and how they work exactly. But the historical matches are good for that. So, I don't know. It's kind of disappointing this week, but just keep working on it. There's always room for improvement. And with that, I'd like to sign off. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in about a week.